Hey bike farmers, thanks for clicking in. Customer brought me this bike and they said, I love my old bike. Can you bring it back to life for me? It has been a long time since this thing has seen a bike shop. This is one of the hand-built Treks from right up the street here in Waterloo, Wisconsin, back in the day, mid 80s. It's got my absolute favorite seat cluster of all bikes of all time. This is back when they made everything kind of a little fancy. This is Reynolds 531 mainframe. The Trek 330 was kind of their entry-level road bike, but it still came with really nice Sun Tour. I think this is like Alpha 3000 maybe. I love how these Sun Tour shifters shift and it just kind of clunks into gear. The wheels on this bike have been replaced with some Sun rims, M13 2s, matching front and rear, so upgraded wheels. I think the frame's got a great patina with the old Trek decal that I really like. That's two reallys for that. And we're gonna put some new bar tape on here. I think the housing is okay, we can keep it. I'm gonna have to pull these cables out and grease them. You know, these old road bikes are a relatively easy project, but sometimes they can surprise us. I guess that's enough of an introduction. Why don't you guys kick back and relax, and I'm gonna get started. Alrighty, per the usual, I like to put it in little and little. Yeah, I love that clunk. Da-clunk! That's that classic Sun Tour. Open these brakes up, pop the wheels off and set them aside for now. We gotta do tires and they don't need a whole lot of cleaning, but we'll touch them up in the truing stand. Oh, this has an interesting safety catch mechanism on it. These cables look new and stainless. It's fun to get these old bikes in the stand and work on them. Brings me back to the good old days. Oh, broke a barrel adjuster. Not exactly sure how I'm going to get this out, but this just snapped. I think I can find a replacement. Okay, I can get at this back side. I think I'll try to maybe get it with the pliers and get it moving and then find an easy out or something. Oh, it's pretty sticky and soft. So this is Kroil, the oil that creeps, K-R-O-I-L, and it's kind of like a PB blaster. This is the smallest easy out that I could find. Got my Nipex pliers here. Not exactly sure the best way to go about this. We are off to the races this morning. I don't know if there's anything in this. This is old. Whew. No wonder it broke. It is in there. Come on. I mean, the problem is like the easy out expands things. I think that was my tool, right? Just broke it. Broke the easy out. All right. Well. I suppose we drill it. Gotta do something. All right, so what if we grab a hold of that? gonna hit that easy out and it's gonna just end everything. What about finding a similar brake and just replacing this whole thing? I mean, I kind of want to get all the way through that, but I think I'm already hitting the easy out. And that's a fool's errand, right? All right, we're really making a mess of things here. Oh, dropped a washer. Well, I think we can put this guy here. Oh, great. The threads are messed up on this. We're gonna have to kind of makeshift it. All right. I mean, it's kind of chintzy, but I think it'll work. It's not ideal. Yeah, pretty dissatisfied overall, but we want to keep these brakes. Yuck, what a start. These old road bikes like this can be super easy and straightforward or just pose a series of problems. So this is the original front brake cable, zinc. And I think we can bring it right back to life with some tri-flow here. And this is why I don't like to take cables out. You know, like, I mean, I could just replace the cable, right? But there's really no need. And now, because I took it out, I can't get it back in. I am really already frustrated. You know, I had 2 cups of coffee this morning because I was gonna have a good day at fixing bikes. It's supposed to be raining. It's gonna actually work today instead of gallivanting around town. And that's what I do with my free time, is I'm a gallivanter, so I just kind of gallivant. So we're gonna squirt some tri-flow right down the old hatch there. And in the interest of good content, look at that, it came out clean. Oh, Christ almighty. Lord's name in vain. Oh, God. All right, next time anybody brings me their vintage road bike to work on, the answer is no. Go get a new bike. Your nostalgia is of no interest to me. It's a misguided fool's errand. It's not worth it. Stupid idea. These are the ideas that become the purveyors of my misanthropy. I don't know if I Englished that good. It sounded pretty tight though, didn't it? Tight! Speaking of tight, what's going on here? Come on, cable. Oh, dear Lord. And then, you know, there's a ferrule on the end of this housing here that is causing me, probably responsible for some hemorrhoids. All right, I'm gonna nip that off just a little bit. Oh, right in my eye. All right, more good content. It's like the eel coming out of the rocks in your aquarium. We had an eel in our aquarium in our dorm room. Dinosaur fish. It wasn't really an eel. It was called a dinosaur fish, and it was amazing. We named it Lurk, and we would go to the pet store on State Street in Madison and buy feeder goldfish, bring them back to the dorm room, right? Get good and high, as one does, and then throw the goldfish in there and watch Lurk eat them. It was awesome. That was 1995 and 1996. They were installing the Cat 5 cable for high-speed internet as we were moving out. I missed it by like a year. And that, my friends, is why I consider myself Gen X and not millennial. I'm a true Zennial. That's with an X, right in between. So I grew up thinking that BMX was cool, but then in my adolescent years, I learned that mountain biking was actually cool and BMX was not anymore. If you like BMX, you're Gen X. If you like mountain bikes, well, Gen X millennial. Those are the rules. Okay, since it's clear that I'm a terrible mechanic, we're gonna set aside mechanicking for a bit and just clean the frame. Now I'm using Behold furniture polish here. And behold, it works as a bicycle polish very well. Behold the truth. Hey bike farmers, just a quick note while there's a lull in the action. If you've made it this far, I assume you liked the video enough to click the like button. If you really like it, let us know in the comments below. And if you're into bicycle content for regular people, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're able to support more directly, click on the super thanks button and send me some taco money. Or better yet, join the channel as a monthly sustaining member. All of these things will help grow the channel organically and give the Bike Farmer YouTube channel a strong future. Thanks again for watching. Now let's get back to the bikes. So I was wiping this bike down and I'm like, man, that black bottle cage is fugly. Capital F-U-L-G-Y. Learned that word from my sister. She's very Gen X. She's just like 3 or 4 years older than me, something like that. 3 years older than me, 2.5, whatever. Just enough. You know, she had Duran Duran records. 7 in the Ragged Tiger. Now I want everybody to understand, this is a customer's bike, okay? And we didn't talk about this, they didn't ask for it. I am taking liberties here. I don't care if they think I'm right or not. This is the right thing to do. I don't have any white bottle cages, but I think this one with a little bit of patina is gonna be real good right there. And I'm even using the rusty screws just a little bit. I guess you can use grease too. It's probably a little better, but just get a little bit of something on those threads to help seal them up a little bit. Keep the rust at bay in the future. Pardon my reach there. It's bad content. Okay, so that's way more better, hey? I reckon. And then from the bins, look at that. It's actually a Trek water bottle cage. What say you, ish? Huh? Am I the master of being the master at things, or what? This looks bent to me. It's not gonna be white very long. I wish it had some gold on it, but that is way more better, hey. You can't, I mean, yes. Yes is the answer. I can't remember if you guys tell me to true wheels with tires and tubes and everything filled up, or to do it without. I guess it kind of makes more sense to put the tires and tubes on, bring things up to pressure, and then tune. These are nice wheels. Origin 8 hubs. These came from JBI, one of the big parts distributors. Nice and shiny. Good old, you know, nice shiny classic looking road wheels. 700C. I got Panaracer Pasela 25s on it. And the customer wanted wider tires. And I've got some 32s in stock. I don't have any 28s in stock right now. I think 32s will fit, but we don't know yet. But just eyeballing it. I think it's gonna be tight, but my 32s, they're Giant branded, just kind of general purpose tires, no biggie, nothing fancy, but nothing shitty either. But the customer's cool with skinnier tires if that's the way it's gotta go, but we're gonna try the thicker tires. And these rims are just barely dusty, so we don't need any kind of anything on them. So you guys don't have to get all worked up about me. Oh, got my rag. About me spraying wax-based furniture polish on the rims and SMH and all those comments. I sure do talk about the comments a lot. I spend a lot of time in the comments. I think most creators do. One of the, I watched this guy, Golf Sidekick. Go check out his stuff. Golf Sidekick, dude is hilarious. South African from Lithuania originally, I think, living in Thailand, and he's a scratch golfer, and he gives instruction like no other. No swing instruction or anything. It's just basically course management. Has all these little sayings, and he's just totally unorthodox, and you gotta love it. I think even non-golfers can get it, but he does all these videos like break 100, break 90, break 80. And like now he's so good at doing what he does, he's like doing the break 100, break 90 videos left-handed instead of right-handed. He like ran out of video ideas. Oh, I know, I just started following him on Instagram, and his Instagram stories are basically like just screenshots of comments and his replies, and he's even funnier at that. So check out Golf Sidekick on YouTube and on Instagram. I think it could be like golf content for non-golfers. When I was first picked up the game last fall and found him, he really inspired me to, like, you know, first of all, get really good at it, and inspired me to, and helped me realize that I could break par. I could be a scratch golfer if I really wanted to. And even with the swing I have, it certainly would help if I were to, you know, improve my swing a little bit. He did a series of videos on lessons that he took with this guy in Malaysia that I want to like fly across the world to go see him, because he just made a whole lot of sense to me too, which really got him next level. He was able to just hit the ball better, and that's like the most serious content he has. Anyway, he's very funny, very I don't know, a lot of people I think would call him arrogant, but he's arrogant like I am, you know, which I assume most of you tolerate or might even be into a little bit, based on my stratospheric growth. But he's like the #1 Lithuanian YouTube golfer, which is true. He's huge in Europe, I guess. Yeah, and in Thailand you have to play with a caddy, so they have these lady caddies, and he's got his favorite one, and they do all this stuff. Like every time he gets a birdie, she comes out with a green jacket and puts them on him, and now they're like wearing gold chains and dollar signs, and I don't even know. It's wacky. Go check out Golf Sidekick. I mean, seriously. And yesterday, I will have you know, I was 2 over, was my round, and that was with jacking one out of bounds on 9, which is the first time I've done that in like 40 rounds. I don't know what happened. It just sliced, took a bad hop right, and I was like 18 inches out of bounds, and I play by the rules. Really clean round, 2 under on the back. First time I was under par for 9 holes. I'm balling out there. But today it's raining. So today I fixed bikes. And just so you don't think I don't work or anything, you know, typically I'm working 6 in the morning till noon, and then I go to the golf course in the afternoon. And I do that, you know, most days of the week. And then I've always got other stuff going on, and I work evenings too, and it's not like I don't work, because I texted my score to my friend and he just replied, get a job. Woody Charleston. So Bill Turner, who named my chair here, just sent me a text out of the blue and he made a logo. And now that I know he can do this, it's like, oh my God, dude, you're gonna be my go-to. But he made a logo using the Microshift logo, and it says misanthrope instead of Microshift. Maybe I can download it, I'll throw it up in the edit so you can see it. You know, I have to figure out the merch thing. I was using Teespring and they're a mess and I feel super bad. Everybody's getting ripped off, and a couple of you emailed me and I've been very curt and short and like, I can't do anything about it. And everybody's like, you gotta be able to do something about it. And like, whatever. It's like, no, I really don't think there is anything I can do about it. I mean, aside from like personally refunding your money. And honestly, if you're that bent out of shape about it, no problem. Because I don't know if anybody's gonna get their money back from Teespring. It doesn't look good to me. But I put in my sample order in March when I set it up, and I still haven't seen or heard from them at all. And every time I've tried customer service, it's just like a bot telling me to relax, it's coming. And so anyway, I've shut down my merch thing. And, you know, like I was saying, I'm not super busy. I got plenty of time to golf. And the merch thing could be a lot of fun. And if I get the right designs that I'm into, maybe I'll pay a few $100s and have a bunch of shirts made up, and then open the store up and actually get off my ass and make a little shipping station here and start handling it myself. I just don't want more stuff to do. But I suppose if I could say, you know, ships within a week, most of you would be cool with that. Then I don't feel the pressure of getting orders out every single day. I just don't like being tied down to anything, which let's talk about that. That's like the number one thing I would ever want to inspire anyone to aspire to be, if I were to be an inspirational leader of some sort, would be to not tie yourself down with a job, working for someone else. Now, it's not always a bad thing. I'm not like anti-employment or whatever. For a large majority of the population, I still think that's the best route. But like I said, you know, I just don't think that our educational system, our family systems, society in general, American culture, anywhere, well, I don't know about that. I'd have to think about that a little bit more, but certainly American culture, Western culture, you know, it's all designed to like get an education to become a good worker. You know, like my kids go to school and they have their little breaks and their study halls and their lunchtime, and their whole day is, you know, organized by bells every so many hours. And like, it just indoctrinates you to be in this employment mindset. And I think that that is like anti-freedom. And so like, I tell people I'm always working or I'm never working. Like, I'm always thinking of video ideas and how I can grow my business. And, you know, like I never stop thinking about that kind of stuff. Like, that's what I'm always doing. And it's because it's survival, right? Like I have to grind in order to make ends meet. And things are going well right now, but I don't think it's forever. So I always have to be thinking about the next thing. I probably should have done the rear wheel first, because that's the one that's not going to fit. But let's take risks. And take some risks in your life. And, you know, it's okay, because, I mean, unless you really have like a killer job that you love, and that's also true. Like people, you can have a job that you love. You can be employed somewhere that you love, but you gotta love what you do. But I saw a thing about, you know, it was like financial advice about how, you know, if you can like never feel like you're working and still make ends meet, you might as well call yourself retired. And that's me. I have designed a life, and it's taken me a while to get to this point. I mean, it didn't happen overnight. I didn't just decide it. It was a mindset change about 15 years ago, maybe more, 20 years ago. Started with a sales job, and then that led to wanting to buy a business and become a business owner and become self-employed and entrepreneurialism. And then, content creation is like a total game changer for me. It's really made me master of my own domain and provided me with the ultimate freedom in this world. And so last year when I saw it all coming together, that's when I rejoined the golf course that I was a member at many moons ago, like when the kids were first born. And just with having kids and a new business and everything, I couldn't do golf too, but now I can, and it's great. And if you're into cycling and that's your jam, start your own thing and take control of your life and find a way, be strategic. Don't go too willy-nilly, but jumping off that cliff into this world of solopreneurship, self-employment, all that crap, like people are like, oh, don't make your hobby your business or whatever, because you'll stop enjoying it. I think that's all because we're told that work has to be painful or that you have to do it all the time. Or, people are like, oh, I earned every penny I got. I worked 60 hours a week and blah, blah, blah. And I earned my retirement. I'm like, no, you can have that whenever you want if you, solve a few key problems and stop being dependent on this system that's been taught to us. Like a lot of us just don't feel like it's right. Like, this work ethic, like it's unethical to be lazy or something. And it's like, no, man. Like if you can figure out a way to get passive income early on in life, you've won. I mean, I have mad respect for those people. I always have. These people that work until the day they die. Now, some people you have to, it just is the way the cookie crumbled, or I get it. And I'm not saying that they're failures or anything like that. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't think it's paramount. I don't think it's required. And I think a lot of people have that mentality that you have to work until retirement and max out every possibility. Like, oh, you don't want to retire early because then you're leaving all this money on the table. It's like, for who? For what? Like, what's the sacrifice to, to me, it's worth it. I'll pay for convenience and freedom and free time and whatever, if I can afford it. And again, the bottom could fall out any minute, and then I go get a job, and that's just fine, We'll figure it out. I ain't afraid to work if I gotta. I just try not to, as much as I possibly can. All right, fingers crossed. See, these are 32s, but they're really not that wide. I don't know what they measure. Doesn't matter. Don't care. They just say 32 on the side, and they look like 28s to me. Last couple months of the caffeine experiment has been really interesting. Hey, it fits. Plenty of room. So that's something you can do with these old road bikes, right? Is put the wider tires on and kind of turn them into a vintage all-road thing. And it's a really interesting, cheap, inexpensive way to get a super practical steel road bike in your life. I don't mind down tube shifters. It takes a lot of getting used to. That's it. But I prefer bar ends. Like you set this up with some Sun Tour bar cons, friction, money. And I think that people that say money, like, ooh, that's money. I think that's stupid. I think it's stupid and cliche, and it's like, it goes that big. Isn't that like Swingers? Wasn't that the movie? I've never seen it. I think I got through like 20 minutes of it, and I'm like, this is dumb. Maybe I should revisit it. Anyway, it's just like movie quotes don't necessarily impress me, so I try to stay away from them. But Golf Sidekick says it all the time, and I just said it because I watch too much Golf Sidekick. I also pick up on Derek Beery with Vice Grip Garage, and I start to say the things he says too. It's just how I am. It's how my brain works. I'm not a copycat. I take from inspiration. Anyway, as I was saying, caffeine. 2 cups this morning because I knew I was going to make videos. I'm hopefully going to get a couple bikes worth of videos done today while it's raining and I'm not golfing. I was all grumpy before and like feeling tired, and but if I get talking like this, I just keep going. It's like this natural energy that comes over me. I think I like making videos. I think I really enjoy this, guys. Lucky me. San Antonio, we have a problem. What is it? What is it there, little buddy? See, that's what Derek would say. You got a little bulge here and a dip there. A bulge and a dip. Opposite the logo. Oh yeah. So you can just kind of half-ass the pressure, 30 pounds or so. That's what my hands told me. It's probably closer to 20, ooh, more like 6 pounds. Okay. I forgot to check. Oh, there's still a bulgy poo right there. Bulgipotamus. This bike is gonna be a flyer when we're done. I'm into it. I'm back into it, folks. A little dissatisfying with that front brake barrel adjuster situation, but what are you gonna do? You know, how old is this bike? Let's say it's 1984, maybe 85. 85, it's easy math. 40 years old? Man, why is it bulgiferous right here and nowhere else? One more time, getting this to fit. One more time. Something, something, shh, no. Too much casual swearing in my edits. I don't know what to do about it. I'm working on the audio too. This, I made a little adjustment to the mic on this video, so that's interesting on my end. All right, so I got like all the air out. This is the spot right in here. Okay, so this is like without taking everything apart and putting it back together again. Okay, so that's 17.5 pounds per square inch. Somebody said that engineering is pounds per square inch gauge. Help me understand what that means. I mean, maybe it was gauge. We are gonna find good enough for who it's for and move on with life. And I'm wondering if maybe it's because the compressor hasn't gone off yet this morning and I'm just not getting a whole lot of pressure in here. Well, that's 80, which should be a nice sweet spot for these 32s. Jesus Christ! I'm not in a good mood anymore. Well, thankfully these tires are easy to seat, you know, so this is no big deal. If you're working on bicycles around other people that are also working on bicycles, it's bound to happen eventually that somebody blows a tire off the rim for one reason or another. Carelessness, maybe the camera's running and you don't have enough room in your work area because you want to get good footage. Who knows what your excuses are. But anyway, whoever blows the tire off the rim has to buy the pizza. Those are the rules. Again, I don't make the rules. I just live by them without exception. But there's nobody here. I think I'll go to the taco truck. That's what I think I'll do. And buy myself tacos for lunch before the storms come. I really don't think it's gonna be stormy till this afternoon, but I'm taking the day off to get some work done anyway. Holy shit, guys. Huh. So these are the Kendas. That wasn't my fault at all. Look at that. Defective tire. My tire is defective. And wouldn't you know, it was my last one. So if I want these tires to match, I have to replace them both now. And I've got some Vittoria Randonneur 32s here that look to be wider, but that's okay because we have a little bit of clearance yet, which I was going to show you before I found the hippity hoppities in the tire and got down this old rabbit hole anyway, which I'm glad we did because we found the defective tire and it is what it is. These wheels have sealed bearings in them. Ain't that nice? All right, and this is where we find out we don't have the clearance we need and everything sucks. Plenty of room. God, life is good. I really am doing well these days. And part of that is, I mean, a big part of it is because of all you guys watching. And I really, truly am grateful for that. It's mind-boggling to me. That's how Derek would say it. It's so funny, mind-boggling. I've said it a couple times, like IRL, and people correct you. They're like, mind-boggling. Like, I know, that's funny. My daughter said, it's the pain of my existence a number of years ago, and I like that one too. I like these tires. Vittoria Randonneur, nice rolling tire. They're cheap, you know, but they're my go-to now. Let's do the front. Okay, time me. Let's see how long it takes. Well, how'd I do? Oh, shit. Stepdaughter's dad has, so wife's ex-husband, has a friend named Billy Bob. When and Billy Bob was a pretty handy dude, lived down the street. He would be the guy you'd call, you know, when you needed help. And something happened while they were driving one day. And little Eva from the back seat, probably still in her booster seat. You know, mom and dad were talking about something and there was a little bit mini crisis. From the back seat, she goes, "Oh shit, better call Billy Bob." So sometimes when I have a little mini crisis, I say, "Oh shit, better call Billy Bob." Well, if that ain't good enough for who it's for, I don't know what is, but I like it. Mr. Q likey. I just went right ahead and adjusted that brake without you guys even seeing it. Spending way too long on this bike. Something's making noise. Oh, got tire whiskers. That's annoying. You know, come to think of it, if everybody that's watching this video, if you all go out and find Vice Grip Garage and Golf Sidekick, go find those channels and then subscribe to them and watch a few hours of each, right? And then watch some Bike Farmer and go back and forth. It'll probably trigger the algorithm, you know, be like, oh, these channels are similar. All of a sudden, what happened? And it'll start cross-pollinating. And so Bike Farmer will show up in Golf Sidekick and Vice Grip Garage, and I'll get a whole bunch of new subs and maybe some new fans, and we'll be creating new cyclists. Let's do it. I mean, finish watching this and then do it. I'll remind you at the end. Okay, this is my favorite brake adjustment of all time. Put a little screwdriver. I have this one is like taken apart somehow. I don't ever remember doing it. Probably broke it. Probably broke it doing this. But anyway, put it right there on the spring and then just tap it with your little great grandfather's old hammer. great grandpa Ferdinand. No, Frederick? Frederick. I don't know. Who cares? Oh, the sweet sounds of Sun Tour. A little bit of tri-flow right in there. And then a little back here. And get some on the pulley wheels, jockey wheels, whatever you want to call them. You can call them whatever you like. Okay, I mean, it is cleaned up. It's got its patina. We still have bar tape to do, but I like to save that for the very end, just in case. I don't think it's of much of a risk on this one, but we got some new Vittorias on there. This saddle should be replaced. I would have done, you know, I didn't check this bike in, but I would have been like, why don't we just throw a new saddle on there too? But let's take her for a test ride and see if it squeaks. Bar tape. You know, I hate doing it. There you go, I said it. There, fine, I said it. A lot I don't like to do. It just takes so long. It's just not interesting. Well, there we have it. We have revived the guy's vintage Trek road bike. You know, just the wider tires really kind of modernizes the thing and makes it ride a whole lot better. Now, this bike is at least a size too big for me. I got up on it, it was tippy toes. That's why I didn't bring you along on the test ride, by the way, because, I mean, it's not even good content. It just looks dumb and it's hard to ride. I didn't hear any squeaking. Everything works great. Everything works fantastically. Yeah, like I said, I don't know why you do all this and not replace the saddle. It's got a little cut in it, and these are the most uncomfortable things in the world. But who knows? It's not my ass going on this bike, so there. I suppose it's not my water bottle going in here either, and I took those liberties. Hey, you know, like I said, I just get a gigantic kick out of the fact that you guys even watch this stuff. But I get it, because it is similar to these other channels that I found. And yeah, go check them out. Vice Grip Garage, Golf Sidekick, two of my favorites out there. Just hilarious, off the wall, goofy dudes doing a really good job at what they're good at. And they're doing it on YouTube, and they've made a living at it, just like I have. So I relate. I'd love to meet each one of those guys. I'd love to play a round of golf with Maddie Boom Boom anywhere in the world. If you're out there and you see this, you let me know. I'll make it happen. And Derek, you know, I'm right here in Wisconsin. You know, I was practically in your backyard. If I had a car in my backyard, you probably would have revived it and driven it 600 miles back to Tennessee. Yeah, so go check those out. Watch their stuff, subscribe, and then let's mess the algo up. That's what you can do for me. Or you could just like this video, subscribe if you haven't. Send me the super thanks. I am getting tacos. I got the jeweler, who's right over here on the other side of the municipal lot, bringing me 2 bikes in about 13 seconds. I'm gonna check those bikes in, I'm gonna wash my hands, and then I'm gonna take some super thanks money and go across the street to El Mariachi. Nope, I am going to go out to the interstate, mile down the road, with $10. I'm gonna buy 3 tacos. And they're gonna be the pork tacos over there because they are so good out of the taco truck. And that's what I'm gonna have for lunch. And then I'm probably gonna talk myself out of making another bike video and watch some Vice Grip Garage or Golf Sidekick and take a nap. Oh, he's here. Thanks again. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you and your bikes can stay tuned.